Working hours for public school teachers, guidelines, and the remaining 2 hours of work, to complete the required 8-hour workday, may be spent within or outside the school premises, subject to the guidelines of the Secretary of Education. Magandang araw po mga kaguro. Working hours for public school teachers, guidelines. Guidelines for the implementation of Civil Service Commission, CSC, Resolution Number 080096, on working hours for public school teachers. In response to the request of the Department for the appropriate interpretation of Section 13 of Republic Act No. 4670, the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers, the Civil Service Commission issued Resolution Number 080096. Public school teachers are not exempt from the 8-hour workday provided for the Republic Act No. 1880. The limitation given in Republic Act No. 4670 pertains to the time devoted to actual classroom teaching, which shall not exceed 6 hours a day, and the remaining 2 hours of work, to complete the required 8-hour workday, may be spent within or outside the school premises, subject to the guidelines of the Secretary of Education. In view thereof, the following general guidelines shall be observed in all public elementary and secondary schools. Public school teachers shall render at most 6 hours of actual classroom teaching a day, except when undertaking academic activities that require presence outside the school premises, i.e., educational trips. Heads shall assign teaching loads to public school teachers to fully utilize the 6 hours of actual classroom teaching, i.e., 6 teaching loads at 1 hour per teaching load, with due regard for possible teaching intervals. All advisorship and/or special assignments for the entire school year combined shall be considered as 1 teacher load. A teacher with less than 6 hours of actual classroom teaching shall render additional hours of appropriate teaching-related activities and duties, enumerated in 2d, within the school premises. To complete 6 hours, a teacher with 6 hours of actual classroom teaching, and/or equivalent teaching-related activities and duties, shall render the remaining 2 hours of work within or outside the school premises, to comply with the 8-hour workday, by engaging in the following teaching-related activities and duties: preparation of lesson plans, action, work plans, instructional materials, evaluation, assessment tools, rubrics, preparation and checking of exercises, recording of academic performance results, and classroom accomplishments, conduct of research, attendance to seminars, workshops, and similar programs, counseling, mentoring, and coaching of students including home visits, consultations and conferences with parents, performance of coordination activities, and duly recognized community social services, participation in the maintenance and improvement of school facilities and equipment, and other activities identified in the specific guidelines under paragraph 4. In the exigencies of the service, a public school teacher may be required to render more than 6 hours of actual classroom teaching, or more than 8 hours of work in a day, provided that additional compensation is computed at the same hourly rate of the regular compensation, plus a premium of 25% of the hourly rate, shall be paid for actual classroom teaching in excess of 6 hours, and for work performed in excess of 8 hours. Overtime pay can only be claimed for actual teaching and/or work performed within the school premises. In the event of non-availability of funds, service credits shall be granted, and 1 hour of overtime work shall be 1.25 hours for purposes of determining the service credits. In addition to the general guidelines herein provided, specific guidelines shall be formulated at the school level taking into account the unique conditions in schools, such as the shifting of classes, if applicable, the availability of faculty rooms, classrooms, and teachers, and the nature of the teaching-related duties, to be given priority. Decisions on the matter shall be agreed upon in meetings with representatives of the school administration, teachers, students, and parents, preferably through the school governing council, or any established mechanism for school community partnership. Regional directors and school division superintendents are directed to monitor and evaluate the overall performance of schools, to ensure that the implementation of this scheme for working hours of teachers shall redound to the efficient and effective delivery of educational services. Maraming salamat. At kung ikaw ay interesado ng mga bidyong tulad nito, mangyaring suportahan ang channel na ito sa pamamagitan ng pagpindot ng like, pag-share ng mga video, at kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na ito, please subscribe sa channel na ito at pindutin ang notification bell at piliin ang all upang maabisuhan ka para sa mga paparating pang mga videos.